Are you one of the mother who is quite often trying to understand why are you living this life? The life that you have not planned, the life that you have not intended to, but you're living it. Or are you one of the mother who is trying hard to change the way she has been living her life? Maybe as a mother, daughter-in-law, as a wife, or as a professional, but is still struggling and not able to understand how to move out of it and live the life of your dreams. Are you the one? Well, if you are the one, I would want you to watch this video till the end. Why? Because I'll be sharing some secrets on how, if you are frustrated with your current life, if you are unhappy with your current life, you can actually begin to rewrite it again. Yes, you can rewrite it. Well, hi, I'm Dr. Zada, a lucky daughter of doctors, a wife of supportive husband, a mother of a 7-year-old son, a medical college teacher and a consulting physician for more than a decade, and now turned stress resilience coach just for mothers to help them move from frustration to freedom and live a happy, healthy, successful and a stress resilient life so that they can break their generational traumas and move out from that unhappy feeling of life to a life that they have written by their own hands. Yes, trust me, you can redesign your life and you can rewrite your own destiny that you intend to write. Okay, now I may have many people questioning, many mothers questioning, how can I rewrite the own life? Because everything is written in the astro chart. Everything is written in your karma, everything is written in your kundali, everything has been pre-programmed, right? Well, what is my role in that case? Hold on. I'll be speaking everything about this step by step. Now tell me, how have you lived your life so far? You have been living your life the way maybe your parents have told you. Great. Or maybe how the society has told you. Well, great. And then you have landed up into your married life. Did you choose it consciously? Okay, yes. If you have chosen it, tick mark. You took some action, took some steps to choosing something. But then the post-married life did not get well. You are still not able to gel with any of the family member, or your kids are not great, your financial situation is not great, or your job is not doing great, or you're not supported, or you're not getting a job, or you keep shifting, transferring, or the relationship is no longer great. You might have multiple problems. Are you aware of that? You might be having, you might not be confessing about the same with anyone, but you are battling, you are struggling, and I would really say I can hear you, I can understand you, and I can feel you what you might do. Well, at the core, we mothers will be silently suffering, will not speak with anyone, and we are battling our own battles without wincing, without asking for help. We are too dignified to ask for help, right? And that's the reason why I'm telling you, you ought to be writing everything by your own hands if you want to change your life and move out of the feeling of frustration. Now tell me, when you are frustrated, where do you go? You go to some astro reader to ask for what are the quick fixes that you can do. Maybe some tarot card reader. Nothing wrong with anyone. You do go to them. But what I want to tell you here is, how about you taking your own responsibility? It's your own life, right? How about you taking your own responsibility in your own hands and then making some conscious efforts at how you can design your life? Now, if you go to think about it, I'm telling you from my own example, right? If I go to think about it, I wanted to have a great marriage life with the one whom I love. Okay, done. Post that, I thought nothing, I planned nothing, I intended nothing. Life went down, life went up, life went down, life went up. And then I kept thinking about, why is my life going into hell? When I sat down consciously, when I began to write what I really want, how I intend to live, things started shaping up and falling into place. Weird it may sound, or too easy to be true, or too real or unreal to be true, we might say. But then really it's that simple. Go back again in your childhood. Were you consciously planning to achieve a particular amount of result or a good amount of results in your 10th class or 12th class? Or later on, were you focused on doing that set of education? If not, possibly you will not have achieved. If you are very focused and if you are very keen or very much aware about achieving a particular target, you definitely have always achieved. Somewhere near it. It's not 100%, at least 70-80% you reach near that. Isn't that true? Now, having taught your kids, you might also know that you have to tell your kids to aim for a bit higher number and they'll reach somewhere near that. That's true for our real life also actually. If we never sit consciously and plan how we want to live our life, I'm talking about myself, minusing my husband, minusing my in-laws, minusing my parents, minusing my siblings, how I intend to live my life fearlessly, audaciously, or just dream about how I want to live it. Possibly nothing will be happening. And when nothing is happening from your side, because you haven't planned, you still are living a life, right? Then how are you living the life? Well, someone has planned and you are just a part of it. You are living the part of someone's design, someone's planning. But you're no longer the active participant in your own dream. Have you realized that ever? Not taking conscious part or not taking conscious steps in redesigning and rewriting our own life amounts to us being a passive victim, passive spectator in the design that someone else has designed and unknowingly roped us, and we become victims. We feel at least as victims. And now when we have to move out of this victim zone, it's very simple. All we intend to do is sit down and write down how we want to rewrite our life. I mean, how do you intend to write your life or how do you intend to live your life? But you know what's the saddest part? The maximum mothers that I have met and I've asked them what has their dream, what is their dream or what do they intend to live life like. They are finding it very difficult to speak about their own dreams. All they have is बच्चों का अच्छा होना चाहिए, husband should be settled, finances ठीक होने चाहिए, घर सुखी रहना चाहिए. Nothing wrong in that, but is that your dream? You as a person? Where have you lost yourself in the process of nurturing a family, looking after kids, looking after the husband and in-laws maybe, or your profession? You have lost yourself. And when you lose yourself, how are you going to design your own life? If you have to have a dream life, you need to know what is your dream. To know what is your dream, you need to be just in tune with what you are. Difficult? Sit down, pause for a moment and think about it. When was the last time you thought, काश मैं ये कर सकती थी, यार मुझे ये करना है, I want to do this, I want to live like this. If you haven't thought like this in quite some time, sit down and think. It's never too late. It's really never too late because you can always take a U-turn. You can always start designing it. And trust me, this is what exactly has happened with me. In my upcoming book, which I am writing, as a mother, as a teacher, as a coach, I'm also now authoring a book. My meshed up love story. It's a poetic memoir. It will be soon out and I would want you to read that. Why? Because in that book, I have mentioned how my unscripted life and my scripted life journey began. And frankly, being a graphotherapist, I know what's the meaning of writing. What does it mean when you start writing, and what does it mean when you start actually consciously writing. So it's high time we as mothers, while we are paying attention to how our kids write, how nicely the kids write, we also take an interest, some amount of interest, selfish interest in writing for our own good. Because unless and until we take the pen in our hand and write, we cannot design anything. We cannot design even our own life, and we end up being a victim to someone else's design. So if you do not intend to be a victim, it's high time you as a mother take up the pen, take up the charge, take up the control, because I frankly feel that the pen is mightier than sword. It's no use at a later point of time in your later years sitting, battling, fighting over things that you haven't got, over demands that haven't been met. when you can actually sit and just write out what you want. When you sit and write out, your entire energy is focused over there, and then some things happen somehow, and you end up accomplishing those over a period of time. It is not magic, it is truth. It does happen. Believe me, it's a very simple thing. If you are frustrated, to move to freedom, all you have to do is pick up a pen and begin writing anything that you want in your life. First, just sit, think about it and write. You need to be writing it, and mind you, over here, how you write your handwriting is also going to depict your stress. Your nature of handwriting, the pattern of handwriting, the angles, the curves, everything is depicting your stress. So if you keep, or if you want to have a stress-free or a stress-resilient life, there are certain angulations that you got to do. There are certain curves that you got to be following. And not to forget, your signature also plays a vital role. The legibility of your handwriting, the clarity of your handwriting will make your life more clear. It's the simplest thing that I can tell you. Make sure you take up the pen, start writing, and make yourself free from the chains of bondages that you have tied yourself up to, which make you feel frustrated, helpless, and a victim. I wouldn't want any mother to feel a victim for a only simple reason, because a victim feeling that a mother has is often transpired invariably into the kid, who ends up feeling that the world is not a fair place to live in. Instead, if the mother takes up the pen and writes her own destiny, she also conveys the message to the kid that, boss, you can be the boss of your own life. You don't have to wait at the whims and fancies of others' moods. You can design your own life and take control of it as well. Wouldn't you want your kids to be the CEOs of their own life? Well, a mother only teaches that, because she's the best teacher and the first teacher for the child. And therefore, I strongly feel that if you as a mother, you're frustrated, pick up the pen and start writing your life. Do you think it can work? I would want you to try it. Don't even doubt about it. And give your comments below. I will respond to it in case if you have any doubts. If you feel you are struggling with how and what of the handwriting to write, connect with me on my free one-to-one with me, so that I'll be able to understand what are your stresses and how and what kind of handwriting is suggested to you at any point of time. Feel free. This is the most easiest and the simplest thing that I can tell you, which as a mother I feel it's like a golden key. It's like a magical wand in your hand. Go try it and rewrite your own destiny. Till then, stay happy, healthy, and resilient, and do let me know how you feel when you start writing it. Thank you.